You explained during your testimony under oath years ago, I don't even remember now exactly when it was. It's all kind of been a blur, but you explained this strategy of claiming that an asset is worth more if you want to use it as collateral for a loan, but claiming that the very same asset is worth less if you're trying to reduce your property taxes that you owe. How explicit was that strategy when you were Trump's personal attorney? Was it openly discussed?
So, as I explained, and I think you're referring to the 2018 testimony before the House Oversight Committee with the
Yes.
late great Elijah Cummings, God rest his soul. Every year, Alan Weisselberg and I would be called into Donald's office. At which point in time, Donald would say, after looking through the personal financial statement of the year before, how much more money he believes that he is worth and how he wants the personal financial statement to reflect that. Now, one of the things was the reason why he was doing it. And the initial reason was for Forbes magazine. He is obsessed with being on that Forbes 400 list. But he didn't want to just be on the list. He, of course, wanted to be as high on the list as he possibly could. And so, for example, in 2012, like he would say, I'm not worth, as in 2011, $4 billion. I'm actually worth 6.5. And then the year after, he would say, I'm worth 8. No, in fact, I'm worth 9. And then it would go on and on like this. And these are random numbers that Donald would just create in his head simply because he would say the real estate market is good this year, meaning that my assets are worth more. Well, again, one of the things that he testified to in the Tim O'Brien case was that appraisals to him don't really mean anything. It's all what he believes the value of the price to be. It's selective pricing, so to speak.
And so what's interesting about that is if he is just sort of deluded about what these properties are worth, it's less overtly criminal in a sense, right? Because he's not saying, I don't believe that this is the value. He's deluded into thinking that it is.
I don't think so. What happens is he may be deluded into the total net worth, but as we would sit there, for example, the famous case of his triplex apartment, I don't care how deluded you are in your mind, you know that your house, in this case, the triplex apartment, is not 33,000 square feet. How do you know such a crazy thing? Because you live there. Not
Right.
only in his case does he live there, he actually built it. So imagine you're building a house in whatever city, state, that you live in. And somebody comes over and they say, "Oh, did you just build a house?" "Yeah, I just built it." And then you tell them it's 33,000 square feet when in fact it's 10,800 and change. Clearly, it's a lie. Then on top of that, not only as the developer, not only as the owner, not only as the person whose name is on the building, you know that no property has ever traded, not just in that building, but anywhere in New York City for that price per square foot, coming up with what, a $370 million valuation on his apartment? That's not delusional, right? That's a liar.